Hi Taurus, and welcome to your reading for July 2022. My name's Jackie and you're watching Romany Tarot. Okay, so let's get into the reading, tell you a little bit about what I'm going to do for this reading for you for July. I'm going to be working with a deck called the Blind Spot, and what this is, I've picked out a card randomly for you. And yeah, so this is all to do with your blind spot, remembering these are things about yourself that you don't realise, or maybe you do realise. We don't realise that we're doing these things, and we don't realise the effect it's having on us. And then we could be looking at, we don't realise the impact as well of what we do as on other people. As I say, if it hits a nerve, the reading, so if it hits a nerve and you feel triggered by the reading in some way, then I can only that can only mean you feel that you're feeling some sort of connection to the reading, and you're trying to sort of suppress it or something. You know, if you're feeling sort of a little bit like projection, really. So yeah, so you know, don't, as I say, the reading's not going to be for everybody, so if you really feel it's not for you, then you know, just go on to your next tarot reader. And yeah, something that we're not consciously aware of or unwilling to be aware of sometimes. Okay, so then we can only, as I say, that, you know, if you feel triggered by it, it can only mean that something in you is sort of surfaced, like something otherwise, you know, you'd sort of be unwilling to admit to something, or maybe you know that there's some sort of flaw. But what I want to point out is some of the cards that I pull, you know, just could be a temporary blind spot, because we have all different blind spots. We don't just have one, we have quite a few blind spots. So sorry if I'm sort of jabbling on a bit. So yeah, we do have more than one. So yeah, for this for your reading, you had their motives. So these cards here from the blind spot, and I will be reading about the card, certain parts of it from the book. So what I have for you, Taurus, is their motives. So here, I've had to write on these cards for obvious reasons. There's 78 cards in the deck. They all have different symbols on them, and I would never remember, you know, until I really got used to the cards, what each symbol meant. Because it's all sort of a bit gibberish to me with the symbolism. So this one is called their motive. So this is something that you're not seeing that somebody else is doing, you know, the motives of somebody else. And remember, this is a blind spot, so it's something to pay attention to. Okay, so you're not seeing the true intentions of another person. Yeah, as I did mention, these are called sigil. The symbols are called sigils or something like that. I think I pronounced it right. Or others involved in a situation. And we're going to read the meaning of that card. So we're looking at somebody else's motives here, Taurus. Let's get into the camera shot a bit better. Let me just put that to one side. Let me just put that round. Let's have a good look. A good look. And we're looking at the number 3. I must learn to sort of slow down a little bit. I feel, don't know why I feel like that. I feel rushed all the time. I shouldn't feel like that. Okay, so let's read what this card's about for you, Taurus. So their motives. So if you have drawn this sigil, yeah, you are not seeing the true motives of another person, or perhaps multiple other people involved in the situation. This sigil suggests, or this sigil, I'm bloody terrible at reading out loud. Do forgive me. It's just take a step back. Okay, so this sigil assists with situations where a person has motives and intentions that are not in alignment with your own best interests. And perhaps they have motives that are not in alignment with their own best interests. Sometimes, in order to preserve our idea of a reality, an idea of a reality that we want to be real, we ignore the actual reality. We want to believe that all people have our best interest at heart and also their own. We want to believe that all people have motives that are pure and conscious. If you have drawn this card, this is not the case relative to the situation you are in. Be aware that people are perfectly capable of even fooling themselves in terms of the truth and their actual motives. It doesn't matter if the motive is conscious or unconscious. To be safe in this scenario, you need to be aware of their actual motives. Stay aware that they are perfectly capable of having mixed motives. We can also have motives that are beneficial to those involved in at the same time as having motives that are detrimental to those involved. This world is not black and white, but as long as a motive is subconscious and unseen, it is able to manipulate in ways that could harm all parties involved. So that's what it says. Sorry about the little mishaps. Yeah, that's what that says about that card. So I'll just put that aside for now. So with that card, we have, I'm working as well with a few decks here. So we're working with the blind spot. I picked a giant card from the Rider-Waite and also one from the Wisdom. And then I pulled 4 cards from the Golden Art Nouveau deck. And then from the fortune telling, 4 cards from the fortune telling, 4 cards from the Kipper, and also 4 cards from the tea leaf. And then I pulled extra cards, the underlying energies. So we're looking at some sort of blockage here, Taurus, something to do with your happiness, something that could involve a child or children. And this could be something to do with the law, you know, some authority, some sort of authority getting involved. This is all to do as well with maybe you're going to be finding you're going to be not be in trouble, but there's someone sort of causing trouble in some respects, throwing accusations at you with that frying pan card in the underlying energy. So let's just take a look at this top row. So with that, their motives, we have the High Priestess, we have the Observer. So the High Priestess is about listening to your gut feeling. It's about waiting for the right moment. Don't be swayed by someone else's opinion. And also for the advice, we have the Observer. So we're going to look a little bit deeper into this as well. So the Observer, so be realistic, be practical and self-reliant, as I see that you really are. You know, some of you really are. You can achieve whatever you set out to do. And the other note that I took was you can turn something to your advantage in some way. Okay, so maybe you're finding it hard to communicate your feelings, or somebody else is finding it hard to communicate their feelings, like you to someone or them to you. So for success, I'd say remember a past chat or conversation that you had with someone. So that's something that you could take on board there and maybe think about a conversation that you've had with someone. Okay, so for the month of July, I feel this is a month to be maybe a bit cautious for you, Taurus. Mainly because of the cards that have come out. I feel that there is a child involved. You have the authority card here showing up at least 5 times. So you're going to be dealing with some sort of someone in authority. Okay, so for the first row, we have the 9 of coins, we have the bear, the letter of concern, and the broken wishbone, which says wishes will not be granted. So I feel that you've, in this row, like especially towards the first week, maybe in July, then we could be looking at something that you could have applied for, and it could be rejected. Of course, this could be anything that you're doing. Maybe something you're doing, something you want to do, and you've applied for some sort of permission or something to do it. So I'd say be careful in that area of if you're doing extensions or building or any sort of work or projects, you know, in your business in general. So make sure you've got all the legal papers and documents to do that, and you've got permission. So, you know, we have to be careful because or if you've applied for something, maybe you may have to readjust your plans in some way because something is going to be rejected. Okay, what the thing that does concern me is with a child or children, because we have this authority all over the place. I would say just keep an eye, because we have the observer card from the wisdom deck. So I'd say just observe, you know, keep an eye on children. This could be children, your children, grandchildren, or even children if you're a teacher or something, you know, just keep an eye on a certain child or couple of children. Okay, let's have a look. What else do we have? Okay, so the 9 of Cups talks about your financial independence. The bear card can be a mother. So maybe we're talking to the female or the feminine here, a protector. But then we have this letter of concern and something not going the way that you expected. Okay, for the second row, we have the Hierophant, the Tower, which in this deck is different. This is the card of authority. So then we are looking at sort of things that are more long term, more established. It's a bit like following rules and regulations. That's how I feel with that card. Then we have the occupation. So this could be something involving your work or something that you're working on, with the occupation card in the kipper. And at the bottom of that, from the tea leaf, we have a meeting with a stranger that could be important. Okay, so maybe this is some sort of business meeting or someone that you can discuss something with, something that you're trying to do through your work or your business. In this third row, we have the High Priestess, we have the King of Cups, the Child, we have expectation and hidden secrets that can harm you. And I'll just read the last row that I have. We have the Observer, the Queen of Cups, the Gift, and we have the Official Person, which I said is someone official, so someone that's got some sort of authority. And then we have forces working against you. This alarms me, especially with that underlying energy that you have with the sun, the mountain, and the courthouse, and that frying pan, which says trouble and accusations. So I would just be aware of a child or children. Keep your eye on them. I feel maybe an ex, you know, maybe an ex or someone It could be somebody else completely different, could be trying to come between you and your children, also you and your happiness, whatever direction that is taking you, where you want your happiness, where you're trying to find that happiness. So I'm not saying you're not happy now, you're happy in yourself, you're pretty, as I said, financially independent here. But there's just something about someone trying to get in between you and your happiness. They're trying to make some sort of problems here for you. I'd also, remember we have that blind spot, we'd also be looking at the motives of this person, because the other cards at the bottom of the deck, so already I'm looking at 3 9s here. So the 3 9s, I always pull my, angel sort of meanings out for these numbers. So all good things must come to an end, well, eventually anyway. It signifies a completion has arrived or near in your life. So some sort of completion there. And this is something to do with your vision, or a vision you have for the future. Oh, excuse me, always do that, don't I, on my recordings? A vision you have for the future. If we're looking at someone, you know who this person is. I don't, have to go into too much detail and start guessing who it might be. I mean, you would know who this person is. And it is somebody that's trying to, somebody that has secrets as well. So somebody, if it's their motives, someone's got hidden agendas, I feel, here around you, so we've got that energy coming through here. So I don't know whether it's authority working against you, or somebody else that's maybe making things a bit difficult for you, maybe saying some sort of untruths or things that are not true. Because we do have the snake and the false person as well, were the next cards at the bottom of that deck. So this is something to do with the key to your success. This is also to do with profit and money. So we could be looking at somebody who's with the snake, somebody who's a bit envious, jealous, and maybe a little malicious as well. So there's some sort of jealousy to do with how you're getting on with your life, and the success that you're having, and that you're pretty content and managing things. So there could be some sort of maybe jealousy in that sort of way. We do have the courthouse here, so I feel that you could get, and we have that letter of message of concern. So you could be receiving something in the month of July through post or email or message, or some sort of message. It's official, something that's official, and maybe something from some sort of authority. So as I say, this could be a lawyer, solicitor, or something to that effect, or being served some sort of papers about something. Because we also have this official person here in this card there. There we go. So we have the official person. So this last row, so I would say keep your eye on someone, apart from the feeling I'm getting with a child or children. So just keep your eye on someone. And somebody that also could be holding back on secrets, so hidden secrets that can harm you. So maybe someone's going to say something from the past, or something that could hinder you in some way or affect your future. So just keep your eyes open with that observer card. Look at somebody closely, especially when it comes to anything to do with children. Yeah, that's what I see at the moment. I think that's enough. Finding it hard, yeah, to communicate. So if you are finding it hard to express your feelings, communicate, maybe speak to someone, because at the bottom of that tea leaf deck we have the owl card at the bottom of there, and that says good advice from a wise person. So maybe there is somebody that you may need to speak to, Taurus, about this situation when it crops up. I mean, it could be something not as maybe drastic, but I think it's something that somebody's trying to come between you and your sort of future happiness in some way. They have their own motives, they have their own agenda, they're working by their own agenda. You're not being told the full facts of something as well, with that High Priestess and the hidden secrets that can harm you. Somebody that's not sort of revealing their full intentions. Okay, so just look out, Taurus, you know. Sorry it wasn't, you know, all sort of sorry, it sounded negative. But it is what it is. As I say, it is what it is. I see what I see in the cards, and this is forewarning you about something. Always keep in mind, whoever's watching, any Taurians, that, you know, it's not going to be for all of you. So, you know, don't take it, as, you know, don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. Okay, Taurus. I wish you all the best of luck, and just keep your eyes open. You know, keep your ears peeled. You know, what is it? Your eyes peeled or your ears peeled? But, you know, just keep your ears open and your eyes open, and just look at somebody a little bit more closely. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed the reading. As I say, if you enjoyed the reading, please do subscribe, hit that notification bell, maybe hit the like button, leave a comment, you know, do whatever you like. Okay, Taurus, take care and good luck. Bye.